Marie Curie is probably one of the dopest physicists of all time, and you're going to find out why in a minute. She was born November 7th, 1867, which was literally a day after my birthday, so, that's 1 point for her dopeness. And she was born in Warsaw, Poland. She was the youngest of 5 children, but unfortunately her mother passed away when she was 10 years old due to tuberculosis. However, she took after her father, a physics and math teacher, and she excelled academically and was full of curiosity. Unfortunately, after secondary school, she hit a roadblock because she was not allowed to attend the all-male University of Warsaw. Instead, she attended an underground informal university known as the Flying University to broaden her knowledge of physics and chemistry. However, she dreamed of studying abroad and earning an official degree. Her family was economically underprivileged, so her father could not afford to send her to college. Being the hardworking and determined woman she was, she worked as a tutor until she was 24 to save up enough money to attend college in Paris. During her studies, she met her soon-to-be husband, Pierre Curie. They were drawn together by their mutual interest in physics and chemistry, and they would soon make many life-changing discoveries together. Marie Curie is remembered for her groundbreaking discoveries in the field of radioactivity, which we briefly talked about at the end of our last unit in this course. Marie Curie was the one who actually coined the term radioactivity, which is a phenomenon that occurs when radiation in different forms like alpha, beta, and gamma, which we covered in physics, is emitted from a particle due to the instability of its nucleus, which can be really dangerous to humans at higher energy levels, which we're going to talk about soon when we get to frequency in the sound unit. Though they didn't have access to an expensive high-tech lab, they made do with what they had. Unfortunately, something they did not have was protective equipment to use when working with elements like uranium. This was super dangerous, but Marie Curie was determined to deepen her understanding of physics and chemistry no matter what it took. Not so fun fact, she actually died of aplastic anemia, which is caused from exposure to large amounts of radiation. So if you take away anything from this presentation, do not play with radioactive elements in your garage. Anyways, although radioactivity had already been discovered, the mechanics behind it were not really understood at the time. At the time, it was believed that the atom was the smallest particle in existence, and neutrons, electrons, and protons had not been discovered. However, Marie and Pierre found that radioactivity was caused because of interactions inside the atom itself, suggesting that subatomic particles existed, catapulting a new wave of research in particle physics. Additionally, with her understanding of medical applications of radioactivity, she aided in the production of a fleet of radiology cars to provide medical care to soldiers during World War I. Perhaps the Curie's most remarkable discovery was that of the radioactive elements radium and polonium, polonium being named after Marie Curie's country of birth, Poland. For their work in radioactivity, she and her husband were awarded a Nobel Prize in Physics in 1903, making Marie Curie the first woman to win a Nobel Prize. She was then awarded a second Nobel Prize in Chemistry for her discovery and isolation of radium and polonium, making her the first person ever to win 2 Nobel Prizes in different fields. The advances Marie Curie made in radioactivity are significant today, especially in the medical field. Radioactive isotopes are used in the treatment of cancer, and different forms of radiation can be used for medical imaging and diagnostics, like X-rays. Marie Curie continues to be an inspiration for people today, including myself. She showed other women at the time that they too could pursue careers in science regardless of their gender, a message that is still important today. Marie Curie paved the way for other women in the scientific community wanting for their ideas and theories to be heard. For me, when this course drives me to the brink of insanity, I think of Marie Curie and what she would have given to learn about what we are learning in physics at a young age. One of Marie Curie's daughters, Irene, was awarded a Nobel Prize in Chemistry in 1935 for discovering how to artificially produce radioactive substances, following in her mother's footsteps. Additionally, Marie Curie's house is open for tours today. However, if you want to read her manuscripts, which are contained in lead-lined boxes for safety, you have to sign a waiver because these papers are still radioactive and are expected to remain this way for over 1,000 years. After this assignment, I can definitely say that Marie Curie is my favorite physicist, and I'm glad to have learned more about her and her discoveries.